guys, I wanted to talk to you guys today about circadian rhythm and what that really means, what it does, at least as far as your skin on your face. So circadian rhythm is a Latin word. If you break it down, circa means around and diem means day. So circadian rhythm is about around the day, and what it does during the day, how it affects your body. So the circadian rhythm is kind of like your biological clock. It's a 24-hour clock that your body naturally does, and works off of, and it has some effects with your skin. So it's super important to kind of just learn a little about it, just to help better treat your skin and to understand your skin a little bit better. So I'm gonna make this video a couple parts because there's a lot of information about it. And this first part is going to mostly be about the clock and the timing itself. And then the next video, I'll kind of go into how to treat your skin during the day, during those parts of the day, in order to best benefit you. So what is circadian rhythm? Circadian rhythm is our body's own biological clock, and it's regulated through a 24-hour process. And during those 24 hours, our body responds to different things as different parts of the day. So a biologist in the 1700s by the name of Jean-Jacques Desmarians, I know I'm not pronouncing this right, he's a French chronobiologist, and he studied these plants. And what he did was he found these plants outdoors in their natural environment, and he watched them during a 24-hour time period just to see how they responded to the daylight and their own environment. So what he found was during the day, the plants were very vibrant, and at night they tend to kind of recoil a little bit. And so then what he did then was take these plants and put them in a dark room. He put them in a dark room and he monitored them again. So what he found was that the biological clock is kind of on its own thing. It really didn't have anything to do with the outdoor factors or the sunlight. The plants did the same exact thing that they did outside. So what is the biological clock? What does it do? The biological clock has all to do as far as the skin, because it does many different things to the body. But in the skin, it helps with cell regeneration. So the body goes in and it repairs and it regenerates itself, and it helps to promote and produce new healthy cells to create healthy skin. Let's kind of look at the timing and the timing of the day and what happens during that time. So from midnight to 3 a.m. is when our cells are proliferating at the highest and they're regenerating at the highest. So that's when our cells are producing, dividing, and they're coming in and they're creating new skin cells. So healthier skin cells on the surface level of our skin. When we're in deep sleep, that's when our bodies are regenerating and repairing themselves the most. A lot of people might have heard about this. That's why it's so important, again, what you put on your skin at night for the optimal repairment of the skin. From 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., that's when our DNA starts to prepare for UV exposure. So our DNA is starting to prepare ourselves to protect our skin. And it's also at its lowest body temperature. So from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., our bodies are very low temperature and they're getting ready to start protecting ourselves. From 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., and I have everything written down because there's a lot of information. So from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., that's when our melatonin secretion starts to slow down and stop to prepare our bodies to kind of just wake up and get ready for the day and signal us to get up out of bed. 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., that's when our testosterone secretion starts to produce more. So that's going to rev up our sebaceous glands. So if you have oily or combo skin, if you have acneic skin, or you're prone to breakouts, That's going to affect you guys a little bit more because your sebaceous glands is what produces the oil. So you're going to be producing more oil during this time of day, which is 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Okay. From 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., that's when our body is at the lowest level of proliferation. So the body's not concerning itself with creating new healthy cells. It's more concerned about protecting the skin, protecting your cells from extrinsic factors like UV rays, pollution. So that's what the body's going to be doing. That's what your circadian rhythm is doing from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. It's just preparing and protecting your body. So from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., that's when we have the most heightened cardiovascular and body temperature. It's actually believed that during this time frame, you start to see a lot of flare-ups or skin conditions occur. That's also, if you think really about like rosacea or psoriasis, if you are someone who's suffering with these type of conditions, this is going to be mostly around the time when you're going to see flare-ups because of the inflammation that's going on in the body during that time. So 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., heightened cardiovascular and body temperature. Then we move on from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. From 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., that's when the DNA is just starting to prepare itself to repair and start the repairing cycle. Then from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., that's when our melatonin secretion starts, and it's starting to signal our bodies to kind of slow down and get ready for bed so we can start the regeneration and repairing process. And then it just goes back all over again in a cycle, right? So that's pretty much the gist of circadian rhythm. But it's great to understand this. This way we can kind of treat our skin, right? And it's about balance. So we want to keep everything in balance in our circadian rhythm for our optimal health. And how do we do that? I'll tell you some things that are going to bring you in balance, okay? It's going to be UV exposure. It's going to be stress, hormones, blue light. Blue light is a big one in our phones, our iPads, our laptops. That's a big one. You really kind of just want to tone it down at night. Try to dim that light as far down as you can, and just get off the phone too. And I know I want to do it too, but we have to signal our bodies to sleep. Sleep is so important. Lack of sleep, that's another one. That's another issue that we have. So those are things that are going to cause imbalance to our circadian rhythm. Here we go. Okay, that was my cat playing with my daughter's toy. So how can we support balance in our circadian rhythm? Supporting the balance, one is to understand and learn about the circadian rhythm. This is going to help us make the best options and choices for our skincare and for our daily lives, just to keep our skin at its most optimal level. So how else does circadian rhythm affect the skin? So we'll start with during the day. During the day, your body is defending itself. Your skin is the first line of defense, right? So your skin is protecting itself from the rest of the world and everything that's out there. During the day is when the circadian rhythm is in natural protection mode. It's going to affect your oil production. So your oil production is going to be highest during the day. Your skin's pH is also at its highest, and cell regeneration is low. Okay, that's what happens during the day. So at night, it's all about your body repairing itself, your skin's getting ready to rebuild and regenerate new skin cells, and the cells in our body are repairing and regenerating. So nighttime's all about regeneration. So that's when the skin and DNA cells are repairing, your cells are regenerating, your skin temperature is going to be lower at night. And you're actually, this is the best time to absorb your products. So you have better absorption of products in your skin at night. Another big one, you have increased blood flow at night. Increased blood flow is great because it actually promotes more oxygen. Oxygen is regenerative. Oxygen is going to help give our skin cells life. So it provides health to our tissues, our muscles, and our skin cells as well. It gives it nutrients. And so at night is when we really want to be focusing on repairing our skin. So of course it has a lot to do with the products that you put on your skin, how much it's going to help this process. Another great product, another thing just to throw in, because I'm going to get more in depth about this later, but oxygen. So this is a great time to start using your oxygen products or your oxygenating ingredients. So I have a lot of great information. I'm gonna put it in the next video, but this video is just kind of to give you guys a general idea of our body's circadian rhythm and what it's doing. The next video is gonna be all about what to do during those times of days to help protect and balance the skin, and to also just help it during its regeneration process. So I'm going to break down in the next video what you're going to do morning, midday, and night to help support your body's circadian rhythm. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one.
Affects your body. About the circadian rhythm, skin cells are dividing.
That's when you are at the lowest level of cell proliferation.
Melatonin secretion actually starts.
Attention span might not even be that high.